That nasheed is titled Ya Muhammad by Sibusiso Hassan Mangete, who is our featured hit list for today. Sibusiso Hassan Mangete is a faith-based singer and songwriter. The Soweto-born and bred nasheed singer has been singing for more than 15 years. Started writing songs and putting melodies together just when he was about to finish high school, and he has never looked back ever since. He is our hit list for today, so let us catch up with him and find out more about his journey. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Hassan, and shukran for joining me. Okay, I cannot hear you. Just check if your mic is on mute and unmute it so that we can hear. If anyone has any comments, questions, queries, or suggestions, please leave them in the comments section or send them to us on our WhatsApp line, which is 01061 rather. 7660355. We are chatting to Sibusiso Hassan Mangete, who is a nasheed artist and is going to be taking us through his journey in the music and entertainment industry in this country. Assalamu alaikum. Let's try again if it's better this time. No, it's still not working out. It's probably the network. I know it does this at times, but if you do have earphones, try using earphones and let us see if that will work out. All right, let's listen to a few nasheeds from Brother Hassan while we wait for him to re-establish connection.
يا جد الحسن والحسين رسول الله. One day, susnigezi Jannah. Allah, one day, susnigezi Jannah. Allah, kusabamna, sesisangele.
You can listen to more of those beautiful nasheeds by purchasing the album, and more details of that will come at the end of the show. Let us try once again and see if Brother Hassan is on the line and if we can chat and if we can hear him rather. No, still not working. Oh dear, this seems like it's one of those issues where you have to start and restart type of situation, because it's not working on my side. I cannot hear you. If you can hear me, then I think the connection is on your end. But just try refreshing and restarting, and hopefully we will be able to hear you again. But we are going to take a break, and when we come back, we will continue with the interview right through. And yeah, so do stay with us, and if you have any questions, keep them ready for us.
One day, uzosinikeza ijana. Allah, kusaba mnandi, kusaba mnandi, sesihlangene. Kusaba mnandi, kusaba mnandi, sesihlangene. Kumele sibambelele.
What makes Randery Jewelers the optimum place for your memorable gift? Is it our range of exclusive, high-end, luxurious jewellery? Or is it our master craftsmanship of all your bespoke jewellery needs? We believe it's because at Randery Jewelers, we know just how to make your special moments last forever. Whether it's for a wedding, anniversary, or just a simple gift to show your love, trust Randery Jewelers to make it special. www.randeryjewelers.com. Make your moments last forever with Randery Jewelers, the family name you can trust.
From the townships of South Africa, the refugee camps in Syria, or orphanages in Yemen, the eyes of the needy speak volumes with just one glare. We know what it's like to be at ground zero, with food essentials, clothing and blankets, fresh water portal trucks, and even on-site navigators. We use every cent to better their tomorrow. Become part of our journey to bring relief to all. Go to www.ashrafulaid.org or call us on 011-809-8181. Ashraful Aid, under the auspices of Maulana Suhail Wadi.
هذا هو الميزان.
Discover the Africa of your dreams and surround yourself with her spectacular beauty. Relax beneath her serene sunsets and explore wildlife at its natural best. It's where the pride of Africa comes together. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve. Get to know the Big Five or cruise on an elephant safari game drive. Interact with lion and tiger cubs and enjoy world-class halal cuisine while we pamper you during your 5-star stay. Indulge in the true African experience. For reservations, call now on 042-203-1400 or visit kwantu.co.za. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve, the place of gathering.
Rejuvenating media day by day. This is Salam Media.
Welcome back. You are listening to the mid-morning talk on Salam Media, and we have resorted to doing the interview in, telephonically. So unfortunately, if those were looking forward to watching the video interview, you can still listen to it and hopefully enjoy it. Our hit list Hassan Mangete is standing on the line right now, and we're going to catch up with him and learn more about him and his music, and most importantly, where you can get a copy of the album. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and I think I can hear you now much better.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
All right. Right, so shukran for joining me, Brother Hassan. Yes, I can hear you.
It's actually a pleasure. I was about to tell you, Patricia, that I now have earphones, and if it's possible, we can go back to the live this thing
You want to try once again with the live?
once again, and this time both I've got earphones that has a mic on it, so it won't be a problem.
All right, we're going to quickly try that again, so that everybody benefits and make the most out
Yes,
of this situation. Just give
yes.
me a second, and we will be with you in a moment. I am just logging on to our stream. Let's see if
Yes.
we can do that instead. Can you hear me, Brother Hassan?
Salaam.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, Alhamdulillah. Finally, it's like
Final.
it's like 20 years later, but
I'm
Alhamdulillah.
I had a bit of technicality on my side, so yeah, I'm
Yeah.
glad you are back now online.
All right, Alhamdulillah. Now, you've been in the industry for more than 15 years, as you've mentioned in your bio. Is it
Yes.
something that you've always wanted to do?
It's sort of something that I ended up doing and finding myself doing it. I found myself falling in love with songwriting and with songs and with the space of connecting with people in that manner. So it's something I would say I find myself doing, but there are other things and other options that I would have loved to do, but this is sort of where I ended up.
All right, now, where do you get your inspiration from? We just listened to some of your nasheeds, One Day and Ya Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So where do you get the inspiration?
Wallahi, Islam is beautiful. Islam is beautiful, and when you look at it and when you understand it, when you make an effort to learn more of what Islam is all about and practice it or try to practice it, you find a lot of inspiration in there. The song speaks about the beauty and the hardships that Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam went through. That on its own, it's an inspiration enough for me to write about and actually find words and melodies to sing to. So I would say it's a beautiful. I would say it's a beautiful inspiration is everywhere for me. I live with people, around people. Faith is my inspiration. The fact that I believe in Allah, His oneness, and everything that is around that reminds me of who Allah is inspiration enough for me. There's a lot of inspiration. There's a lot of things I haven't written about that I still want to write about. I've recently, because I've been busy trying. Am I saying a lot?
No, you can continue.
I've been busy working towards bettering the sound and the quality of what I've been giving out to the people and releasing in the past. So I've sort of found the quality that I've been working for and working towards. So I'm sort of in a space where there's a lot I want to say, and there's a lot I want to remind people of and myself. So I'm gonna keep going. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going.
It's your
Hopefully it
story.
will...
Please keep going. It's your story. People must know.
So yes, it's there's a your question to answer your question. Is inspiration is everywhere. Right now, there's an issue around Palestine, which is very saddening and gets me emotional every time I think about it. So there's also something to write about justice, the injustice that are going on that side. There is something to talk about. So there's a lot. Islam on its own is inspiration.
Indeed, it is. Now, I've listened to many nasheeds in different languages, different tunes, styles, etc. Now, why was it important for you to produce a product that South African people in general can relate to?
For a longest of time, I feel as though uh, South African people on its own have been sort of not deprived per se, but there isn't much been going on in terms of nasheed and singing around our Black Muslim community. So I felt the need to really push to a point where Hassan Mangete is recognizable. If there's any other artist out there, I want to push to a point where, what can I say? To a point where uh, other artists can find space where they can really connect with themselves first and also with their community, their own community at large, and the rest of South Africa and the world. Because I feel we're not selling Islam. We're sort of shy about it. So I want to put it in a light where people know I'm proud of my Islam and being a Muslim, and I'm also proud to sell it and go out there and tell the world that I'm Muslim and this is what Islam is. And if that is, I believe, is my own way and own form of dawah that I need to. This is a role that I want to play in my lifetime as a Muslim, and say this is what Islam is. So yes, I would really there wasn't much. That's why the group called Ubuntu Islam we initiated, and then from there I started doing my own thing. But that was all because I wanted people to relate in their own way, African sound, African style, their own way. They understand this is what Islam is. Yes, and this yes, Islam we do sing. Yes,
And Africans in particular, and today is
yes,
Africa Day. So the sad thing is that with Black Muslim nasheed artists or singers, they are so they're so few. I mean, you probably can count them on one hand or both hands.
true.
And something definitely needs to be done about this. How can we change that, and how can we move forward and have develop more artists as well?
You see, in Islam, there's I would say there's a lot of debates around whether singing is permissible or not permissible. I come across a lot of African singers, of a lot of Muslims that can sing, and they are not even trying to get into the space where they would like to somehow record something and put it out there for people to hear, because there's a lot of debate and there's a lot of stigma that is around there, and I myself am going through it every day. I have to fight it. It's sad because when other I'm sorry to put it out there, but when other races do it, there isn't so much debate around it. So it's like I don't understand why there's so much politics around Muslims, especially Black African Muslims singing. There's so much haram and this, and there's so much debate around it. So I think that's one of the reasons. That's why we need to start first developing and telling people. And this actually, you can go out and sing. You just need to do it the right way. So and also there isn't so much support. But honestly speaking, there isn't so much support. Okay, talking about my own experience, to get to a point where I am now, in terms of the support that I can say I'm getting from a certain number of group of people, I can say it took me a hard work. It took me a lot. People take forever. It takes them a while to get to an idea, and the idea that you are trying to sell to the people. For instance, I'm trying to sell. What I'm trying to sell is what can I say? The same thing that our inspiration or our brother maybe Zain Bika has been trying to do for many years. And I'm also trying to do it in my own community, in my own space. And what I need is a support from my own Black Muslim brothers and sisters. But it takes forever. It takes forever, and the funding and the resources and the platform and the information. It will take us a while before we get to a point where we are proud of of this industry of singing and nasheed and all of that. So I had to really push really hard to get to a point where I'm able to put out work on a regular by myself without the help of anyone in terms of the information and the resources. So
Yeah, that is quite challenging, especially when it comes to Black people in general. I don't know why support is very difficult to come from us. It's easy for us to give people ideas and suggestions like, why don't
yes,
you do this? But you are excellent. You are great at doing this here. Why don't you do this? But when it's time to support that idea, then it's like, oh,
Aish.
no, I just gave you an idea. Sorry. That's where it ends for me. And unfortunately, we aren't going to go anywhere. We aren't going to get anywhere if we do not support our own.
Yes,
It starts from home.
yes. I always say if we're not going to support a brilliant idea that comes from our own African Muslim or any African for that matter, it is going to take us a long time to get to where we would wish to be. Because now, if I have a CD and I'm selling it for now, I have an album. It's called Glorify. I'm selling it for 120. Imagine if a small community of 100 or 60 Muslims were to say we're buying your album and we're supporting what you're doing, we're supporting your initiative. Imagine the steps I would be able to take even further. So now it's saddening because before you can even be supported, you have to really push to a point where people want to support you. It's sad, and for a Black person, it takes forever. It really take a lot from a person. It drains you to say like I'm putting out such good work. I make sure everything is quality. Say the same quality that you would find in the album of our brother Zain Bika, the same quality you will find on Mahir Zain's album, the same album you will find on other competitors or other brothers that are doing the same thing that I might be doing. Just the difference is that I'm Black and I'm doing it in my own African way. That on its own should be motivation enough for someone to say, I am definitely buying 2 copies. I am definitely buying a copy for my whole family. I am definitely doing. But now you hardly find. Alhamdulillah, I do come across 1 or 2 brothers that would say, yes, Hassan, here's my 120, and I'll be glad to do it. I'm not saying there aren't those. I'm super grateful for those who have taken their time and listened to my product online. It's there online, Spotify, all the other platforms where you can find songs, where you can find music. I've made sure that I'm accessible everywhere. I didn't leave any stones unturned. I don't want someone to say, you've got work out, but we can't find you anywhere. No, I am everywhere. I am everywhere. And I do really need your support to move forward. I believe what I'm doing is of best quality and is of best. I've ensured. It's. If you listen to the first song, Assalamu Alaikum, it's beautiful. Everything quality is there. If you listen, if the song that I just play, you just played now, one day everything is quality. I don't know what else. It's just that I'm gonna say it. We hate ourselves to a point where we can't support our own Black fathers. It's sad. I'm not complaining. What I'm saying is, I just wish people can look at ourselves, our Blacks, ourselves, and say, this is who we are, and we are proud of who we are. We've got someone doing this. You see, I will not get to a point where other brothers are if I don't get support from my own people. That much, I will not get to that level. I will always be, he was there. Yeah, there was that Hassan Mangete, but I would not make it a strong mark. But in that point, in that in the same breath, I would also want to find out why are we not getting as much support from our own Black people? Why?
All right. So I hope we can change that narrative because it's not just support in terms of nasheed or other
Yes,
entertainment. It's support across the board.
it's a
It's very
lot.
difficult to
Yes.
come by from us as Black people. Now, on a
Mm.
more positive note, you shared the stage with some renowned artists, especially South African ones. So, what has
Yes.
been your greatest achievement thus far?
You see, in my music career, singing career, what I've focused on and always what I wanted to make sure that it's is known is that I didn't want to be uh, put only in the light where I work with nasheed artists and I work with nasheeds and everything. I always push myself to find out why can't I do that? But also in a way that when a Muslim listen to it will appreciate it. So what I did was I pushed myself. I worked firstly with Zenbik. I worked with Zenbika. I worked with Derek West Malinga. My biggest highlight was doing a song with the renowned artist Donald. It's one of those things that as an artist you would want to push yourself to push yourself to a point where you work with the best. Like now, I've worked with Zenbik. I would also like to work with Maher Zain. It's one of my dreams. I would like to work with Maher Zain. But yeah, one of my highlights was launching my finally launching what I mean putting out uh, my Glorify album, my latest album. This is one of my highlights because my entire working this 15 years has been to finally do what I've done with this project, and I was able to release songs like Tembalami, which played on. That's also one of the highlights, yes, which also played on channels like Channel O and MTV, BET, Trace Gospel, and all the and what One Gospel. So I pushed to a point where I want to be in that space. Why not? Why can't we be in that space as Muslim? Why can't we be there and be visible that we are there? So I pushed to a point that I wanted my product and my stuff to be in those platforms to a point where I'm selling a deen, I'm selling Islam, I'm portraying Islam in that way on those platforms that are known. So it has been one of my highlights so far.
Alhamdulillah. Now, tell us about your album Glorify. What can we expect from it?
Glorify, like I keep mentioning, it's a beautiful album. It's a beautiful body of work. I put in almost everything that I had into it. I worked so hard, and what you can expect on there. Firstly, to answer that question, what you can expect is beautiful songs, beautiful melodies, beautiful sang, beautiful written. Yes, obviously there's space for growth, but I've pushed to a point where if you listen to it, you really appreciate it. It's beautiful African melodies. I love African melodies, but I fuse them with what is currently now. What you would say is current in terms of sound, in terms of what people like to listen to. I've really put everything I sort of had on this. I put every experience I've ever come across, every studio session that I've been in, every booth that I've recorded in, every person that I've worked with, every experience that I might have gotten from whoever I've worked with, I've put it onto this album. So if you listen to it, you would really appreciate it.
And do you also have, because of the controversy around it, around
Yes,
music and instruments, do you also have a
yes.
vocals only and
What
an instrumental album, or is it just one?
what I've done is I'm in the process of because getting into a studio and working, it takes time and hard work. So I started with the instrumentals. So now the one song which is One Day is now it has the non instruments on it, and also how could I has no instruments on it, and I'm working towards finishing all 10 11 songs on the album to make sure that most of them doesn't have, especially the ones that people are familiar with, and the ones that people really love. By the end of end of June, I'd have the whole project without instruments, probably online, inshallah.
I
But
mean,
for yes, you
all
can go
right,
on. You can go on.
all right. So, where can people get a copy of the album?
Firstly, people, if you want a physical copy, if you want a physical copy of my album, you can inbox me. I will send it to you. You can inbox me. I will send it to you. It costs only a 120 per copy, 120 per copy. So if anyone is interested out there to support and really keen on supporting, I can send it. They can inbox me on Facebook. I'm also available on Twitter. I'm also available on Instagram, but mostly Facebook is where you can find me. I'm also available on WhatsApp. So if you are, I can give the number. For anyone who wants the copy, I can give the number to the producers or to you in studio, and then they can give it out to Eva. But mostly on Facebook at Hassan Mangete, Hassan Mangete, and also my album is available on online stores, Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer, all the streaming platforms. Anywhere where you can click Amazon Music, you can find me. Please click. It's Hassan Mangete. Click on the name and just get the product. It's out there. Like I said, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't leave any stones unturned. I just make sure that I'm on every platform so that I don't. There are no excuses for someone who would like to support and say, I was looking for your album, I couldn't find it anywhere. So this is an opportunity. It's out there. It's everywhere. Please go out, show your support, show your love. Yes.
All right. Shukran so much for your time, Brother Hassan. But before you leave, any advice that you would like to give to our viewers and listeners?
Before I leave, there's a lot of people who've been supporting me. There's a lot. I have to be grateful for them. Doing this thing on your own, it's not easy. So for those who have been supporting, Salam Media has always been supporting from day one. They've always been, Hassan, we're doing this. Would you like to? I would like to say like really thank you to everyone who shows their support, whether by commenting on Facebook, whether by liking, whether by sharing, or whether by going out and say, hey, this is Hassan Mangete. Listen to this. It's amazing. You'll love it. Whether by anything, by any gesture, I would just like to say Jazakumullah khairan. I appreciate so much. I appreciate you so much. This is Alhamdulillah, you got my cover. Yes. Glorify Hassan Mangete, looking beautiful. Mashallah, go out there, go get it. You can't miss it. It's Hassan Mangete, glorify. I really appreciate Mariam, Sister Mariam. Please, I appreciate you having me. Please do invite me again. I'm available anytime to
I
do
mean,
this. I really appreciate it. Yeah, to everyone, to artists who would like to do what I'm doing, let's link up. Let's inbox me. Let's talk. I've got a lot of advice to share because I've been doing this a long time, so I've got a lot of advice to share. A lot of ideas. There's some things I can execute myself, but someone else would. So let's just link up and let's talk. Let's communicate. Let's take this nasheed. Let's make it an industry where we would like have regular shows. People go out and we performing there. They are having a nice time. So this is the same environment we would like to create or on our sort of site. So yeah, yes. If there's anyone out there, let's link up. Let's talk. Let's meet up. Let's talk about nasheeds and songwriting.
inshallah. I mean, anyone who is interested, please link up with Brother Sibusiso Hassan Mangete. Even if
Inshallah.
you would like to be a backup vocalist, something can be done.
No,
But go
inshallah.
out there.
Inshallah. I'll
All
be
right.
holding. I'll be holding auditions soon. Inshallah. The details will follow.
I
And
mean.
I forgot to mention, I will be launching the album soon. I'm working on event around launching the album itself, and I'll invite other nasheed singers. And I've already got a few in mind. I've got some in mind. So
All right, we can't wait for that. And I
of the
don't.
initiative, inshallah.
Inshallah, Ameen. Shukran so
Inshallah.
much for your time, Brother Hassan, and may Allah make things easy for you and good luck with your future
Amin.
endeavors.
Amin.
Right.
Jazakumullah khairan. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure. Assalamu alaikum. That was Hassan Sibusiso Mangete, a nasheed artist, taking us through his journey as our hit list for today. You can follow him on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you'd like a copy of the album, well, send him a message on Facebook, and the name, the correct spellings, etc., is on the screen right now. And get yourself a copy of the album Glorify at only 120 rands. Do you stay with us? We will be right back.